Hi everyone! I know this isn't my usual content, but I just made this CHIBI version of myself to use in my videos, and I really like how it turned out, so I decided to make a tutorial so you can make one for yourself too. This includes no AI, because on this channel, we pick up a pencil and we do it ourselves. If you find this helpful, please make sure to push all the appropriate YouTube buttons, and let's get into it. I got the idea to have a CHIBI version of myself to represent myself when I'm talking, mostly from Call Me Haley. I think the art that she has of herself that she uses in her videos is super cute. For the style, I was also inspired by this clip of Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries, which is an amazing anime by the way, and you should all go watch it. I started off with a base sketch in blue, and once I was done with that, I mapped out different facial expressions in different colors so I could keep track of what eyes or mouth went with each other. It doesn't really matter later in the end because I made it so that they could be adjusted individually, but it helped in the planning process. I also matched up her left arm with the same colors I used for the faces, and once I was done, the sketches looked like this. I really wanted the eyes to be the focal point of the drawing. Since they're blue, they automatically stand out more against the pink, but I made sure to spend more time rendering them, and I duplicated these eyes several times so I could adjust them to make smaller for other facial features instead of drawing them over and over again. And yes, I copy and pasted the other eye. Work smarter, not harder, people. My process is to kind of do everything from the top down. So I rendered the face first, then the hair, then the clothes, then skin. I find this makes it easier to keep my sketch visible because I prefer to draw on top of my sketch rather than have my sketch layer on top of everything else. When I started coloring the skin for the torso, I made sure to not fully color in the pink arm I had sketched out. I stopped just at the shoulder. This allowed me to easily connect other arm options without having to cover up the arm that would have been there if I did it all on the same layer. Now with all the drawing done, my original combinations of arms and faces looked like this. But since I kept my layers separate and labeled them, please remember to label your layers for this if you lose track of them as easily as I do, I can switch out the faces and arms individually, creating multiple expressions without having to do more drawing. Here's some extra info. The app I used is called Ibis Paint, and it's available for free on the App Store and Google Play, and I believe that there's also a computer version. It has some bases available that you can use if you don't feel comfortable drawing a whole body yourself. I used some of the hand bases as a reference so I didn't have to look them up. If you plan on using your drawings in a video, then make sure you save them with a transparent background. This means that it has the little boxes in the back and not the regular white background. To make my drawing look more like my Royal High avatar, I used the actual custom patterns that are on her outfit. It adds more detail than if I just colored her clothes one color and saved me the headache of having to try and recreate those patterns myself. And yes, I purposefully didn't draw her wings. I definitely didn't just forget them. I didn't want to do all that. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how I rendered anything, or you have other questions, leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. I promise there will be more regular Roblox content very soon. This was mostly an excuse to show off my drawings, honestly. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!